Yo, so today is another day, and as well as I'm excited and not really excited, but this is the food that we had for breakfast, as you always know. And today I had something small because I didn't find something that I want. So in today's video, we're gonna be riding along to 3 good places, and I'm not gonna be exploring them out, just telling them right now. I'm gonna show you exactly where we really are going to. The first thing, we're gonna revisit MBK. There's some things that I didn't really get them, so I'm gonna have to go back here because I kind of found that they were expensive. So I figured out maybe if I would go and talk to the shop owners, they would tell me the place that I could get the cheaper ones. As you can see, I was checking on the laptops. I actually had to change my laptop's battery because it was already low. Then from this moment on, I got a chance to talk to the shops and shopkeepers, and they told me where I could find more cheap goods. So, and that's where we're gonna be heading. It's actually in, should I break it out? It's actually in Chinatown. Somewhere around Chinatown, I was told that they would find cheap shops and shops whereby the things are not going to be that much of expensive as they are in MBK. So that's where we're heading, and I want to take you along with me. And for those guys who are really interested in checking the walk, should I call the walk with me stuff, because here I'm just going to be making the short video, almost I think 10 minutes on the whole day that I did. Today is day 12, so I'm just going to be explaining a little bit. And then you can see that that's the 77 shop, by the way. Now this 77 shop is one of the famous markets in Thailand. Like they're everywhere in Thailand. Even in the villages, you'll find them. The 77. They have employed over 60,000 people across Thailand. So I'm gonna grab a drink, by the way, here. So back to what I was saying is, I was told that this shop around here in Chinatown. By the way, already in Chinatown. So I'm gonna find something quite cheap as half the price of the one that I actually bought. So, and that's why I'm here today, and I'm about to find out if what that guy who sold me that thing, if it's true or not. And if it's not, that means ain't fair, because that's what he told me. So as you can see, this is actually the shop whereby they sell juices. I think this is kind of funny that so many companies try to come up with different kind of juices. I think, and it depends with what you really love. So I think this is quite fair. So the first thing as I walked across Chinatown, I really wanted to see if it's really showing things that are Chinese. And something that really got struck in my mind, like, why was the shop that sold cheap things in Chinatown? Is it because they come from China? Because China is like nearby Thailand. Like, why was it in Chinatown? But in Chinatown, as you can see, they try to mimic a lot of things that are Chinese. Even the words on the walls are written in big shops and all the market. It's more of a Chinese. So it's really nice to see things like this. But there's also one thing I want to tell you. If you're really interested to see how I walked through and everything, the whole video, because this is just going to be a short, make sure to check and subscribe, because that video will be coming up soon if it isn't out right now. So I did buy some of the memory stuff in memory of me being in Thailand, Chinatown. Also took some pics if you haven't seen them Instagram. Now coming to this side, it really didn't cost me so much. I think I paid 70 bahts using what should we call this? I used motorcycles, and it was quite okay, because I think with that price, it's not that expensive. And things in Chinatown like these ones here, if you would find them in the Skonvit city, you will really pay so much money. But here in Chinatown, it is very less. Like, I think I even bought this for around, I think, 30 baht, which is quite cheap. But if it was in real market, there in Skonvit, it would be more expensive. Now here, this is the market that I actually came to find. And the thing is, I realized that the person who directed me, he told me to go to buy things here, but then I figured out that not all shops are open, and at the same time these are not selling the electronics that I wanted. Was what I wanted was more of there's a certain speaker, the JBL kinda I wanted, and I thought it's gonna be cheap this side, but what I found is not what I really wanted. But the things here, they are quite cheap compared to the other one. So I think there was a mistake and misunderstanding between me and him, because if he directed me to get something else, then I wasn't lucky. So it had so many stories. So in case if you really didn't find your thing on the ground floor, you can literally go to the first floor and the second floor. There are 2 floors, if not mistaken. You can still climb up. I did take my time and climbed up, and certainly enough, I found that the shops are closed. So maybe the shops that are closed did sell my stuff. That's my conclusion. Maybe. So then I took another journey to go somewhere else, to the market, where I was told by one of our relatives they were selling like fish and the seafood stuff, which are quite weirdo. So I can conclude that are weirdo until I find them. Actually, they're not weird. I think it depends with the culture. So we shouldn't judge it as it's a weird thing. I think it should be according to culture. So as you can see here, here I have arrived, and it is quite far from the China market. So you need to understand that. So like this one here, though it's I shortened the video, it took me like around 30 minutes to 35 minutes by the bike. So it was quite long, so time was really consumed. And as you may know, that walking around Thailand it's a really easy thing, since the country is not that much of a large country, but at the same time there are so many traffics too. You should be aware. Now using a car, if you're not walking around with a car, it's really gonna be troubling. But if you use a like motorbike, is the best way to reach in your place. Sorry, this English, my friend. So yeah, that's the fastest way, and I'm gonna show you around in this market. But sincerely, if you wanna see the whole video also about this market, walking around, I'll be uploading it separately. In this video, I'm just gonna summarize the whole day, what really happened, and in summary, I don't have to show everything. So as you can see, I was told that they're selling frogs here. So the other time, yesterday, I did see the frog that they were selling on street. So I came here to find the source and figuring out if I could see the real frogs that are still fresh being sold out here. By the way, this is not the first time. This is like almost the 3rd, if not 5th time I'm seeing things like this. So they generally, I don't think they don't call them the frog. They call it the bullfrog. That's what I remember being told in China. So I think the kind of species that they eat here is gonna be the same species that they eat in China, because they all look alike. To me, actually, they all look alike, but to them, they know which kind of frog. I'm gonna show you. I met also this one of an African lady from Nigeria. But as you can see, if I show you here, these are the frogs, guys. Yeah, I was just talking to her, so as I would show the frogs. But here they're the frogs. They're sold by 85 by. So each frog you buy it by 85 by. Finally found them, but they didn't want me to record, so that's why I'm showing them in this sideways. So apart from that, I went around and took myself a snack, because you know, guys, I love eating and I love street food. So I had to get these like sausages. They are quite cheap. They're sold, I think, by 20 by each. There's one for 10, the one for 10, and there's one for 20. So if you're a fan of a street food, I think this should be your go ahead. Like, go and try, but just make sure you don't try too much, because you might end up having stomach aches. Yeah, so that was like almost exploring, but the exploration didn't end there, because after I finished checking the market, there was a call from my dad, and I was told to return because we had something to do together. Now that's another video for another topic, but today I'm gonna be telling you that if you're exploring around Thailand, just make sure that you have enough money to eat a lot, because if you don't, you're gonna see things in the street. Unlike me, I didn't have a lot of money in my pocket, so I ended up seeing things and liking them and not even buying them. Oh my god, like I found some cheap things in the MBK market which were very interesting. I really wished I'd bought them, but then the point was I didn't have enough money. And this is what I had for dinner, just chicken fries and my brother too with the burger and the soda from the McDonald's. See you next time.